What's up, YouTube? It's your man, Big Nord. We about to check out this Forbes one-on-one with Aliko Dangote. He's speaking of reasons that motivate him to increase his philanthropic endeavors, and that's very interesting. Sometimes you're in a giving spirit, whether it be as small as giving a homeless person some nachos and water, or it could be, donating $1 million to a local charity. Let's see what motivated Mr. Dangote.
So I noticed that in the past couple of years, you've really stepped up your charitable giving. Was there an impetus, a reason why you decided that now you were going to become a lot more involved in philanthropy?
Well, you see, in the last couple of years, I think I've seen the likes of Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, giving quite a lot to charity, and I think that actually inspired me quite a lot by thinking that maybe I should be giving more than what I've been giving before.
Are there other people in Africa, or do you feel like you're kind of setting the way, setting an example for people?
There are a few people that are doing charitable work, philanthropic work in Africa, but it's something new. Not only that, it's something new. People who are used to giving, not announcing what they've given, a very silent activity. But right now, I think it is also part of corporate social responsibility for companies that are out there making money to be giving back to the society, and I think we expect, my own foundation, I think we are going to go more than five-folds of what we've been given before.
And is that a percent of?
Well, it's not a question of a percentage, for example, every year, which I'm mandatory to give, I give about 2.5% of not how much I made of my total wealth. So, but that's different. It's not charity, it's a religious something that I need to conform with.
Paying
Which
his
is about
tithes,
2.5% of my wealth.
2%.
I do also other philanthropic activities, poverty, in terms of poverty, in terms of education, health, and also environment.
I know you've been very diverse in your giving, but if you had to just decide on one thing to give it all away to tomorrow,
What?
where would you give it?
Now, what kind of loaded question is that? Brother, keep your money. Don't go overboard with it.
I think poverty. Poverty, yes. It's one of the areas that I think is badly, that has actually impacted, a lot of people in Africa. And even though our area of focus is not only Africa, but 70% is in Africa, and poverty is very high over there.
Are you doing anything differently in terms of poverty or any of your charitable giving than the status quo? Are you looking for new ways?
Well, there are a couple of ways that we're doing now in terms of fighting poverty. We have a program which is for women, and this one we give them money, which is free. It's like about $100, for them to go and start their small businesses. And that one we did in one state called Kano, where I was born. And we gave about almost 60,000, 44,000 women, and then 16,000 men, and that really impacted very significantly.
So if you had to tell me one amazing story that broke your heart, something that you just felt really great about, is there a personal story in terms of giving?
Well, in terms of a story, I won't have much story on my side, because actually I came from a rich home, even though, I didn't use my family's wealth to be where I am today. But I've seen quite a lot of people where they actually don't have drinking water at all, not out of their choice, and they really want to go to school. They don't have money. And there was a time I think they were looking for us to donate some money, which eventually I did. I gave them about just 500. I think it was about $500,000. And part of the money they took some bit of it. I think just not more than. I think they took about just $200. Gave to one of the ladies, and she was using that one to sell some little food on the street. And after about 2 years, she came and she told us her story that she had about 5 children that she couldn't send to school. And now with that small capital, she's been able to send all of them to school. She's been able to, take care of herself and her husband. So really that touched my heart, and I believe that doing something like this, will really, really be good.
Well, man, that's interesting. A lot of endeavors he's dedicated his finances to. I mean, if you're a billionaire, a millionaire, it's always good to put it out there that, hey, I'm not just having a good time with all this money. I'm also donating to worthy causes, that things that, touch my spirit. My mother went to Nigeria this past Christmas. I gave her $500. I usually give her $1,000, but she was, I don't know. I just gave her $500 this time, but she gave it to her charity, the motherless babies. And if they're listening, shout out to them. It just makes you feel good. And when I go back, they show a lot of love just because that small donation that I gave to them. And it's just wonderful. If I'm able to, I'm gonna bless whoever comes my way in Nigeria when I come back, but because it's all love, and you see a lot of people working hard. They love their way of life. Some people would never leave Nigeria, and it's a beautiful thing. What y'all think about the video? What is some of y'all favorite charities? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Green and white flag, Nigeria's hottest sun. I told my female mate to ejaculate, she had to come. In the bedroom, seriously, Hillary, she had to run.